Okay, that is the end of our speakers. Now we're going to go through reports. If any of the officers have a quick report, we'll go ahead and go through those. I don't really have a report for this month, but I noticed that Mary Jo put some links in the chat. We're going to be asking for donations over the next few months to pay for our midterm projects of postcards and voters guides. So Mary Jo put those links in there. We'll be sending them out by email also. And very important postcards and voters guide to get the voters out to vote. Jerry.
I'll pass.
Thank you, Jerry. Marsh is not here. Events is open. Terry Connolly couldn't make it. He is working on with Will Rollins people on holding a town hall in our area, probably Lake Elsinore, Wildemar-ish. Terry said within a few days he'll have information, and we'll send that out as soon as we get it. Secretary Constance.
Yes, you'll probably notice on the agenda that I've included that at our executive committee meeting 2 weeks ago, we unanimously agreed to move the September meeting, which normally is the first Monday of the month, but that's Labor Day. So we voted unanimously to move it to Tuesday, September 6th. So our September meeting will be on Tuesday, September 6th, not on Labor Day. So, and more later on other topics.
Thank you, Constance. Controller, Mary Jo Malone.
All right. Well, our bank account balance is $19,545. That is before two large expenditures that we have going out after. This was the July 31st balance. So two expenditures that haven't cleared yet. $1,170 that we paid to fly the banner, the Firekin banner at the 4th of July parade, and $508 for postcards. So those have to come out of the bank account yet. Year to date, we've brought in $6,031. The picnic was $1,800, $2,300 in dues, and so the rest is basically donations and recycle. It was $208 before the check I got today, which I haven't opened yet. And then including the banner and the postcards, we've spent $5,115. So we're up $916 for the year. Go ahead. Was it?
No, go ahead.
Any comments or questions? Okay. So it's way down below what we've budgeted, but then we haven't spent a lot of the money that we had budgeted either. So considering we're not doing any fundraising, a lot of fundraising, we're in pretty good shape at this point. And I can cover more about the postcards in the voter guide when we get to that. How the balances affect that.
Okay.
So that's really about it.
Perfect. Next is Bill, Communications.
Thank you. Yes, I will real quick just build on the fundraising links that are in the chat there. You're going to start seeing more of those as we get closer to them. I definitely am going to maybe incrementally increase the asks. The reason that these particular avenues of donations are important to this club and to our districts in general, the more we can fundraise for these specific projects, the more postcards we can send in the mail, the more voter guides we can send in the mail. So every dollar matters. We're building up, a small army of volunteers to get them in the mail. So that's the logistical part of it. The money part of it is actually mailing them. And they really, I'm very gung ho on this project, both of these projects. I think they're going to be, I don't know if, like the only make or break thing in the district for Democrats up and down the ballot, but certainly they will have a positive effect, and every positive effect we can get is good. And just, I want to throw out a short anecdote to try and hopefully sort of inspire and motivate. So since these January 6th committee hearings have been airing on TV, I've been watching them like right away. If I don't catch it live, then surely later that evening, I'll make the time and catch myself up and watch it at like 1.5 speed, because they're very slow and they're plotting and they're deliberate. And now we have a break. We're not going to get another one until September. But since they've been going on, so there's a house up on Scott Road. It's one of those old ranch houses, it's just a big house up on a hill. And this particular one is on a corner that's kind of like kitty cornered from some other guy who's usually there. Like it's a kitty corner from nothing, where somebody with a van parks and sells flags. And the flags guys, they sell Republican flags. And so this house was always like getting new Trump flags, right? So at first, like for the longest time, there was the biggest flag on his lot was Trump won, which was sad and pathetic to see, grown adults so vehemently supporting this thing that is obviously a lie. But then there was like, and then Trump 2024, I was like, okay, he's looking towards the future now, at least. That's handy. But after the last January 6th hearing aired, in particular, I think with maybe it was the second to last one that we saw with the guys who were there. There was one guy who was really there, then there was the other guy who was like the comms director for the Oath Keepers. They were very compelling, and I think it was after that we noticed, after passing this house up on Scott Road, his giant Trump flags are now gone, and he has instead put up on his fence down by the street just a string of like tiny generic American flags. So we think this, timing wise, this correlates with the hearings. So those hearings, I think they're working, and I think that other things will work too. So postcards, voter guides, every time we send one, we increase our odds of getting a voter for Democratic candidates up and down the ballot. So really, I think this is going our way slowly and quietly, and we should obviously support our candidates, but we should also support all these volunteers who want to make a bunch of postcards and send them to people who may have forgotten about the midterms. Oh, goodness gracious. And compound that with also January 6th hearings are having the effect that they're having. We can win a lot, you guys. So we need those donations. We need to send those things in the mail. That costs money. The more money we have, the more we can send through the mail, the more votes we can get. So I think that's the end of my report. But keep an eye out in the future, and don't you dare put those emails in the spam folder. Always make sure to accept these emails, because we're going to be asking for money.
Good job, Bill. Thank you. That's it for reports. Let's go on to unfinished business. The first item of unfinished business is the 2022 midterm postcard project. Constance.
Well, the beginning of the project is now finished, so that's good. We have gotten our message together, and we have a really strong group of volunteers who are volunteering to pass out cards for our members to work on. And that means all of us, all right? I saw Allison on the card, on the call earlier. I hope she's still around. And Marcia Burkhalder is also one of our distributors. Malia is a distributor. And I'm forgetting somebody else. Who's that? Roberta. Yeah, Roberta and Menifee. So anyway, very soon, I'm hoping that maybe this Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, maybe if these 4 people are available, we can have another kickoff meeting. We had a kickoff meeting a couple weeks ago. That went very, very well. It's very easy. a simple message. We provide the cards, and we can also provide postage, or you can if you like. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great group. We have 4,000. Our goal is 4,000 postcards. I think we can get to 5,000 very easily, and with the help of everyone. And we had great participation. We had great participation for the Newsom recall, and we had great participation in 2020 for the presidential. And so we need help with that. So please be looking at the notices that Bill is sending out, information, and sign up to join us and get you'll have a starter set of 25 cards. You can try it out, see if it's your thing, and we would welcome you. Anything else, Fran?
No, any questions on postcards? Okay, well, let's go on to the second item, 2022 Voters Guide. Constance and Mary Jo.
Right, okay. Thank you to Mary Jo. Thank you for putting those links in the chat for donations. Thank you to Bill for doing such a good job of promoting both of our projects. Both of these involve postage, and postage is expensive. We all know it keeps going up. And as Bill so aptly pointed out, that's the key. If we can raise enough money, we can reach more people. The Voter's Guide, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's a full page, full size on, oh gosh, what's that kind of heavy paper, shiny, glossy,
Cardstock.
Postcard paper, cardstock.
Cardstock, thank you. And we're targeting Democratic households. We're going to be helping everyone's campaign with this. This is the, I believe, third time we have done this. And so people are expecting it. And one Voter's Guide reaches out not only to that person, but to their family, their friends. It gets passed around, it gets shared. So we can have a lot of impact on this election. And we know it's going to be close. We know it's going to be close, especially for Will Rollins, but this is the sort of thing, along with the postcards, that can make that little bit of difference that puts us over the top. So, Mary Jo, do you want to talk about the budget implications of these things?
Sure. We won't know exactly what it's going to cost per card until we get an estimate. And that estimate will scale up and down depending on how many we can send out, how many we can afford to send out. And right now, like I said, we've got we'll have $18,000 in the bank account at the end of August, probably. And I think that's the minimum that we'll spend. Hopefully we can raise a few more $1,000 so we can send out even more pieces. The budget implication is every month this year we've broke even or made money. So we've added to the cash balance. So if we end the year at zero in the checking account, because we've sent out as many flyers as we possibly can, we'll be good for next year. We'll be okay budget wise. But we do want to bring in as much as possible. This is our chance to make a difference.
Yeah. And our target is registered Democrats who they vote in presidential elections, but they don't always vote in midterms. Okay. Because I don't know, maybe they think midterms aren't that important. And we know that they are. And especially we know this election is super, super important. So that is our target. We have actually in Will Rollins' race, we have an advantage. There are more registered Democrats than Republicans, but Democrats don't always vote. So that's what our target will be.
And I think it's also important. I know we've talked about this, that we target our nonpartisan races also. Tim Sheridan and Angel and Jimmy Jackson and Morgan Singleton, our local, smaller races that we can make a difference in also.
Yes, we can. And we we can set up the mailing list so that it goes to Democrats in these little districts, okay, that are part of Lake Elsinore, Wildemar, Canyon Lake, Temecula and Murrieta, Menifee, and I think I have everybody there. So we can have this impact on, and the guide, it starts with congressional candidates and it goes all the way down through city council, through school board, through water district, through, whatever the office is. If we know we have Democrats running for that office, their name will be on that list.
As well as, as long as we have room, we would put the ballot initiatives as well. The ballot initiatives.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, and the California Democratic Party a couple weeks ago at its board meeting voted and have the endorsements for the those ballot initiatives. So
Okay, good,
those are ready.
good.
Okay.
And one more
Any-
thing on I'm sorry, on the link that I posted for the voter guides, it's still a very basic screen. So don't be put off by the fact that it doesn't really have a pretty graphic on it, because I'm an accountant. I'm not a graphics person. So the money will get to the right place.
Thank you, Mary Jo. Okay, new business. Endorsement votes for candidates for local offices will be held at our September 6th. That's a Tuesday, September 6th, Tuesday, our regular general meeting. And this is our 1 month notice that at our next meeting, we will be holding endorsement votes. So if please show up and we will have endorsement votes. The candidates for the local offices will have a couple minutes to speak, and then we'll vote on each one that we have in front of us. Any questions on that? Okay. Announcements. Constance, you want to read the announcements and then ask if there's any others? I believe Malia has an announcement.
Right, it's on there. Okay, well, first of all, Duluth Farm Workers, Becky Saltzman every month collects items and monetary donations for local farm workers and their families, and her phone number is there. Also, Indivisible Fallbrook, Diana Fink, there is her email. They work together. So Becky collects things from the Temecula area and takes them to Diana in Fallbrook, and she distributes them. So very worthy cause, local worthy cause. Number 3, I'll turn over to Malia.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to make an announcement on a picnic that we have coming up the last Saturday in August, so August 27th. Riverside County Now, the local feminist group that we have, is going to have a picnic in Menifee, and we have shared the Facebook details on the Facebook page, but I can drop the link here as well. So it's a free event for RC Now members. For everybody else, it's only $5, so it's not much. But we're expecting the local candidates to show up, and we're going to play a little game with them, and so it's going to be fun. We're also pairing up with another nonprofit, Dare to Empower, and they empower young kids, especially the LGBTQ community. So we're going to have music and performances. So it's going to be a really fun event. And then we'll have food as well. So hamburgers and hot dogs. And it's going to be a fun time, and it's going to be a nice opportunity to get people in this area together. And, we're all hiding in our little holes. So it's nice to get everybody out to a picnic. So please come out.
Sounds good. Any other announcements that anyone has?
Let's remind everybody again, September meeting is Tuesday, not Monday.
And we will send out an email the week before, so hopefully everyone will remember. Well, that's it. This was a really good meeting. Thank you all for coming.